Liu. For more, we are joined from Washington by AirPatrol's Chief Technology Officer and a member of President Obama's Commission on Cybersecurity, Tom Kellerman. Tom, great to have you back on the program on this. And I know that you disagree, right, with Leon Panetta's statement that we are in for a cyber attack on the scale of a Pearl Harbor.
I disagree because of the reality that the situation we're facing is more of a cyber-insurgency right now. And most of the nation-state adversaries that we're facing, their goal is to penetrate our systems and maintain a persistent presence within those systems. But the real issue here is you have many non-state actors that have the technical capability now to wage cyber war, much like the power of a military of a nation-state.
So what you're saying is that you disagree with him using that term, that this is not a takedown, that these hackers are not looking for a takedown, right, of our security systems, but they're looking at undermining them. Is that what it is?
The culture of hacking is such that I want to colonize your infrastructure. I want to infest your infrastructure. I don't want to destroy it. I don't want to burn down your house. I want to make you and your family my slaves from a cyber perspective.
Okay. So what would be a more apt term then for you?
More of an insurgency, per se, more of an infestation of the civilization that we've created in cyberspace. The goal is to basically maintain omniscience and to maintain command and control of all of your resources and all of your networks.
You are on the President's Commission on Cybersecurity. Is Leon Panetta basically saying that the President and the White House are not paying enough attention to this?
No, they are paying attention to this, but I would commend his statements in the sense that this needs to be elevated to the highest levels of national security and economic security, because the future battlefield is that in cyberspace. Inevitably, we will be facing an adversary that's far more technically sophisticated than the one we're facing now in Afghanistan and Iraq. Okay.
Tom, let me just play for you some sound from an earlier guest that we had on our program Inside Track, Richard Falkenrath, who's our Bloomberg contributor on all things security. Just hear what he had to say about Panetta's comments.
And in some way, when you talk about a cyber Pearl Harbor, it's code for China. And it's sort of impolite to say that in public, but we know that China has been conducting systematic cyber espionage against the United States for about 8 years now.
Code word, essentially, for China. You agree?
China's one of 5 countries that are actively pursuing us from a cyber, traditional tradecraft, and espionage perspective. We have multiple adversaries in the national realm, but I would also recommend us to appreciate that there are many organized criminal crews and terrorist cells that have become much more technologically savvy that are penetrating our systems as mercenaries for hire.
Right, and they're in other countries, what you're saying, right?
Yes.
But China's at the top of our list, wouldn't they be?
Definitely top 2.
Top 2. Okay, others in Russia, Middle East, is that what you're talking about?
I would suggest so, yes.
Okay. Their targets here in the U.S., you say financial sector on the top of their list to attack?
Financial sector has always been number 1 because of the reality that you have non-state actors who are financing their physical efforts as well as providing kickbacks to countries that have institutionalized hacking, as well as the realities that the financial sector, for the purposes of global economics, can give you comparative advantage if you can front run or provide yourself with digital insider trading or competitive intelligence by hacking major corporations that might merge or acquire others.
Then is there a way then to link, Tom, between what we've seen at Citigroup over the last several days and their hacking incident to what we've seen at Sony, to what we saw at Acer, the company based in Taiwan? I mean, is there any type of link that you can make between all of these hacks?
Only that a Citigroup who has great layered security has been penetrated. I would applaud Citi for admitting to acknowledging that they've been breached. It's important to eliminate the plausible deniability that's ongoing in Wall Street and actually to come forward to spend the resources necessary to protect your infrastructures. In terms of direct link, no. Citigroup is more than likely targeted by Eastern European criminal crews that have been targeting financial institutions for the past 10 years.
All right, Tom, thank you.